Yo, what's good guys? This is Chris from WearTesters.com. Welcome back to the official WearTesters.com YouTube channel. Today we're taking a look at somewhat of a grail of mine. These guys right here are the brand new version of the AirTech Challenge 2. Now, for those of you guys that don't know, it's not the AirTech Challenge 2 that is a grail of mine, it's the colorway specifically. This Hot Lava OG colorway, I don't know why, but it has always eluded me. Didn't get them in 2014, got them finally now, 2019. I'm super stoked. I have not stopped wearing these since I got them. I did B-roll while they were brand new, but ever since then, I've been wearing the shit out of these things and they feel amazing. Well, actually, they don't feel like amazing. They just feel like a pair of threes, which to me is normal. Now, funny enough, these guys right here, I'm not a tennis fan. I'm not a fan of Agassi or anything like that. I know that he was one of the greatest at the time. I don't know if there's ever been one greater than him or anything like that. That's, I guess, up for debate amongst tennis fans. I'm personally just not a tennis guy. I've always sucked at the sport. But this shoe, I've always loved it ever since the very first episode of Home Improvement. Did you know that that's like one of my favorite shows of all time?
Yes.
Okay. What is another one of mine? Just a quick fun fact.
Seinfeld.
She's failing. Boy Meets World. That's like one of the best shows ever.
Seinfeld in his shoes. You're always pointing out his shoes.
Well, that's because that dude rocked Heat though, and so did Corey Matthews.
No, I know that.
I'm just saying. But when I was a kid, when I was growing up, like there was a time in which that I finally like it clicked that sneakers were a cool thing and you get made fun of for not wearing the cool shoes, which was me. And at that time, I don't know what it was, but Boy Meets World, Home Improvement, those were two of my favorite shows. Tim the Toolman Taylor was wearing his were though, dude. They were so beat, but they still look dope. I was like, man, what are those? And so ever since then, I've always loved these shoes, and this to me is like an acquisition of that type. Not like a Jordan for me, where I'm like, or an Iverson, where I'm like, yo, I watched this dude break so many people's ankles, all that stuff. This is a different type of sneaker love right here, which I think is awesome. This might actually correlate more towards the new kids or the new generation of people where they're buying Jordans, but they never saw Jordan play. Much like I never watched this guy play, but I watched someone else that I found to be like, not an idol, but someone that I would look up to. And I watched him actually wear the shoe, so I have that fond attachment to it. So maybe like a Kanye would, with some people wearing like either his own shoes or something like the Air Jordan 8 Aquas, where that's when that shoe kind of got a lot of buzz. Now, as far as the shoe itself goes, these guys have a really cool outsole. This to me is one of the coolest looking outsoles of all time. And I just love the way that it looks. It's clearly a tennis shoe, so there's tons of traction on there, so you get linear and lateral movements, but you can also use stuff like this on the basketball court. I love that tennis is similar to basketball as far as movements go, as far as what players' needs go, so the shoes are very much similar to one another. The midsole itself is polyurethane. I don't know exactly what's in these things. I couldn't really find much information. You can obviously see there's a heel air unit, which is visible. I don't know if there's a 4-foot unit or not. I did find these old Nike ads, and they state in one of them that there is Nike Air in there, but they don't state where exactly it is. I'm just going to assume it's only in the back, but I mean, for all I know, it could be also in the front. The overall feel of the shoe, if you have not worn a pair, very similar to shoes of the time. So if you've worn an Air Jordan 4, 5, an Air Jordan 3, like those are the shoes that I find to be the most comfortable long term, only because they're neutral, not because they have a ton of cushion. So these guys are not a cushion shoe, so not anything like Boost or React or Zoom or anything like that. They're very firm underfoot, but for me, I like that. As far as I'm gonna be on my feet all day long, I need something that's gonna be really neutral. Otherwise, too much cushion starts to aggravate my tendons and stuff, which is weird, but that's just what happens to me. I don't know if it happens to everybody else, but for me, that's what it is. So when I wear something like this, it's what I would consider hard as rocks. It works for me. Now, the materials on these guys is something that a lot of people might be curious about. They're garbage. I'm just gonna straight up say garbage material. Everything on these things are synthetic, from the toe rand, overlay, to the underlay panel, to all these other overlays, the lava material, all that stuff. It's trash, dude, but they're so pretty. So, I mean, it's okay, right? It's not, but still, I just really wanted these. I wanted a wearable pair, so I'm letting it slide. But anyways, as far as like previous renditions, I really don't know, because I've only owned one other pair of the AirTech Challenge 2s. Do you remember what those, I think they were called the Kumquat. Do you even remember the shoe?
Name.
It is a name. They were weird. Do you remember what they looked like? I wore them like once. I got them on like super steep discount. They were a half a size too small, but I was like, maybe I can finesse this, because they kind of, again, they look like a Jordan 3 or a shoe of that time. So I thought maybe they'd fit a little bit bulky or bubbly. They don't. And so yeah, so I only worn that one time, and I was like, I can't do this, they're too small. But they were like a weird, like
Creamy color.
Creamy color, yeah. They had like instead of the lava, it was kind of like a orangish, like a burnt orange. And then the top line midsole right here, instead of gray, it was mint. They were a pretty clean colorway, I think, for like a new colorway, or it could have been an OG colorway. I don't really know. I don't know the exact history of these. I know that this is an OG, and there was one other one that's actually really fire. It's also got pink in it. It's got blue. It's got white, a little bit of gray. Those were the two that I know for a fact are OG colorways. The kumquat, if that's what I'm like remembering the name being. I don't know if that was an OG colorway. I'm pretty sure it was a new one though, because mint is like a kind of like a new thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm pretty sure it was a new colorway. Something that I absolutely love about these things though is the puffy ass tongue. It feels like a skate tongue, like borderline skate tongue. It's crazy. It's not as puffy as some of the previous like late 90s, early 2000s skate models, but it's close enough. The collar area is massively padded. It's a big bubble of fluff back there, and they feel amazing on feet, like around your foot, like that cozy comfort that you would get from certain uppers and certain builds. These guys provide that for you. They do have some technical features like lockdown wings. We've seen this kind of stuff on an Air Jordan 4 before, one of my favorite models of all time. You also see very similar features right there at the forefoot. For me personally, because I'm just wearing these casually, I let the wings flap out and all that stuff. I think that they look fantastic. All the perforations that you see along the shoe are pointless. They don't actually go all the way through, so there's not much ventilation there. On the rear, there is the classic Nike Air logo or Nike Air branding. Again, I just think that these are awesome. I think that the colorway is great. I love the overall look. I love that it's a telltale sign. Like you look at these and it's like, those are from the 80s. You know what I'm saying? Like early 90s, like the late 80s bled into the early 90s. So those two, or I would say like maybe from like 85 to maybe 95, very similar styling and all that stuff. These guys right here remind me of that time frame, and I just really love the way that these look. I love how they feel. As far as fit is concerned, I would go true to size. Again, I made that mistake with my first pair where I went down half a size, thinking that maybe they were a little bit bubbly or big feeling like certain other retros. They're not. These guys fit me perfectly at my true size. Retail price is $130. I think that for what you get, what you're mostly paying for is nostalgia. Like you're not paying for quality, you're not paying for comfort or new tech or anything like that. You're just paying for something that you might have missed out on or something that you love. Maybe you have the old pairs and you beat them up and now you want to re-up on them. It's about that time. That's what it is. If you don't like it, don't buy it. Simple as that. Let them hit outlets and then buy them. Who doesn't like getting a deal? They are available right now in select sizes over at Sneakers and NikeStore.com or whatever, but they're available at full size runs over at Foot Locker and all that stuff. We'll leave links down below in the description box if anybody's interested. They're labeled on the box as a quick strike. I don't know, like quick strikes nowadays are not really quick strikes. I feel like they like put that on there on the label to make you think that they're gonna like move. Because quick strikes back in the day used to mean like they were like limited and you can get them at boutiques, not big box retailers. I don't know what these are. I just think that they're fresh. I don't give a if they're limited or not. I'm just glad that I finally got a pair. Let me know what you guys think about these down below in the comment section. Did you grab a pair of the new ones or you're like, nah, this, I got the old ones, I'm good? Let me know, sound off below. And until next time guys, have a good one.
You cannot go on and on about Tim the Toolman Taylor without giving us your best Tim the Toolman Taylor.
Oh no. Tim Allen, man. Tim Allen, Robin Williams, Jim Carrey.
They're your dudes.
They're my guys. Like they're, oh, and Will Smith. I almost forgot him. I shouldn't have. The Fresh Prince. Talk about wearing sneaker heat. Man, that dude had them all. Oh yeah. Say, 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 oh no. Oh, we need a little more power. Oh. I have done that. I have hit myself with more power than I probably should have. It's an interesting feeling, you know what I mean? Like I'll just, like, you know how like smells? Mm-hmm. But like if somebody talks to me about electricity, we actually blew a circuit in this house.
The day before Thanksgiving, and we host Thanksgiving.
Yes. So we blew a circuit in the house. I fixed it, okay? But was I scared? Because that's so much power.
It was raining.
It's so much power. The rain wasn't like the biggest factor. It was just the power source is all of it. And so like I know, like I've been hit with the basic like 120 and I got hit with 220. The 221 is really, that one hurt.
Was that the exit sign?
Yeah. Oh, that one and a heater where they have their own dedicated. Like those are not fun, okay? And so like, and I'm like lucky that my heart didn't stop because like those feel real weird. The main breaker though, you just don't want to mess with it, man. Like it's just so much power. Like, I just love I love all of it, man. I love the kids in it and Jill and Al. I don't think so, Tim.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, and I still use that line all the time.
I use that on you.
Wilson.
Yep.
Everybody's favorite neighbor. I mean, come on, man. That show is classic, dude. And they all wore just dope. Huh?